Good morning, students. Today we will study chapter number 4 of geography, that is air. Before we discuss about the air, let us revise few things. In the very first chapter of geography, we discussed that there are 3 regions of the earth. Or you can say we have 3 domains of the earth, namely lithosphere, hydrosphere, atmosphere. Lithosphere means the land portion of the earth, hydrosphere means the water portion of the earth, and atmosphere means air. So in this chapter, we are going to talk about atmosphere. That is why the name of the chapter is air. First of all, the very first question that comes in my mind is, what is atmosphere? The blanket of gases that surrounds our earth is known as atmosphere. So what is atmosphere? Basically, it's just the surroundings of the earth. It is that gases, that blanket of gases that surrounds our earth. You can see in the diagram, this is our earth and these are the gases. Just like the blanket, these are surrounding our earth and this is known as atmosphere. So basically, atmosphere is nothing else but the surroundings. If I say that these are my surroundings, it means this bench, this board are the part of my surroundings. And if I talk about surroundings of the earth, then the gases that surrounds the earth are known as a part of the atmosphere. So what is atmosphere? It is nothing but the blanket of gases that surrounds our earth. Now there are so many gases, like we have carbon dioxide, oxygen, nitrogen and some other things also. So in the next part, we will learn about the composition of atmosphere. Now composition means what are the things that are the part of the atmosphere. First of all, we have nitrogen. This is a gas. Then we have oxygen. Again it is a gas. Then we have carbon dioxide, argon, neon, ozone. So these all are gases. That is why we say that atmosphere is a blanket of gases. It also includes water vapors, which help in bringing the rain, and some dust particles which are already there in the atmosphere. So we will talk about all these things, that is the composition of atmosphere. First we are having nitrogen. Nitrogen is present in abundance in the atmosphere. 78% of the atmosphere comprises of nitrogen. You can see it's a very big percent. So basically, nitrogen is a very important gas. Now you will think, we need oxygen for breathing. Why is nitrogen important? Let me tell you. Nitrogen is very much important for plants. And they do not take nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. They take the nitrogen from the soil with the help of their roots. So basically, nitrogen is taken by the plants in the form of nitrates with the help of their roots. Now plants need nitrogen and we need plants for survival, as plants give us food. So nitrogen is very much important for us also. Second, we have oxygen. This you all know that it is a life-giving gas. It comprises of 21% of the atmosphere. So 21% of the atmosphere is oxygen and it is a life-giving gas. It is very important for combustion also. It is important for breathing also. All the human beings, all the animals on the earth can survive only and only when there is oxygen. So again this calls for the importance of atmosphere, because nitrogen and oxygen both are very much important and both are part of our atmosphere. Next we have carbon dioxide. Now carbon dioxide, you will think we don't need carbon dioxide. Why it is important? It is also important. This is also the most important part of the atmosphere, because plants need carbon dioxide. Now why plants need carbon dioxide? Plants need carbon dioxide for preparation of their food with the help of photosynthesis. If the carbon dioxide is not there, then plants will not be able to prepare their food. And if plants will not be able to prepare their food, they will die. Then where will we get food from? So carbon dioxide is also very much important. There is one more importance of carbon dioxide. It is that carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. Now what it means? That it is such a gas which has the ability to trap heat inside it. Carbon dioxide gas traps the heat of the sun. And in the night time, when the sun is not there, at that time also, we are not frozen. Some heat is there. So carbon dioxide is equally important. Then we have some other gases, argon, neon. These are just gases which are only 1%. You can see nitrogen what the percentage? It is 99. 99% of the atmosphere is only nitrogen and oxygen. And thus the rest 1% is different gases, ozone, water vapor and dust particles. Now we will talk about ozone. What is ozone? Ozone is a layer. Basically this layer is in some upper part of the atmosphere and this layer is equally important as oxygen. We need oxygen for survival. Similarly, we need ozone layer for sustenance on the earth. Don't think that ozone is not important. If ozone layer is not there, then also we cannot survive. Ozone layer is the layer which help us to protect from the ultraviolet radiations of the sun. All the rays from the sun are not useful for us. Some rays are very much harmful. They can cause many diseases. And what does ozone layer do? Ozone layer protect us from these rays. When the UV rays come from the sun, ozone layer radiates it back and protects the earth from the harmful rays. So this is also important. Then we have water vapor. Now why water vapor is important? Water vapors are there, then they will rise and form the clouds and bring rain. And we need rain, this you all know. So water vapors are also important, and in similar form, dust particles are also a part of atmosphere. So here we have covered two things. One, we have covered the composition, that it includes different gases, ozone layer, water vapor and dust particles. And one more thing we have covered here, that is the importance of atmosphere. It's very important. Why it is important? Because it contains nitrogen, it is needed by plants. It contains oxygen, it is needed for human beings as well as animals. It contains carbon dioxide, which is needed for photosynthesis. Different gases are there. Ozone is there, which protects us from UV rays. Water vapors are there, which are important for bringing the rain. So each and every part of the atmosphere is very much important. Now we will do next topic, that is extent of the atmosphere. Let me tell you one thing, that the atmosphere is not only a small part, it extends up to 1600 kilometers. If I talk about Earth, after the Earth up to 1600 kilometers, atmosphere is there. So atmosphere extends up to 1600 kilometers. Now I'll tell you a very surprising thing. 50% of the atmosphere is only a height of up to 6 kilometers. We have the atmosphere up to 1600 kilometers, and in only 6 kilometers we have 50% of atmosphere, and 99% of the atmosphere is up to 32 kilometers. Now why it is so? When the atmosphere is from the surface of the earth to 1600 kilometers, why the maximum part is only to 32? This is because of the gravitational force of the earth. What happens is, near the surface of the earth, the gravitational force is more. Now as the gravitational force is more, the air is dense near the surface of the earth. Means the air particles are very close to each other. That is why the maximum atmosphere is near the surface of the earth. And as we go at higher altitudes, as we go on increasing the height from 0 to 1600 kilometers, the gravitational force decreases and the air gets thinner, and finally we enters into space. So the atmosphere ends over there and the space comes. There is no different boundary between the atmosphere and the space. The air just gets thinner and thinner, and when air gets totally thinner, when no amount of air is there, then we say that we have entered space. So next we will be discussing about structure of atmosphere. When we discuss about the structure of atmosphere, we talk about different 5 layers of atmosphere. So we have here 5 layers of atmosphere. The first one is troposphere, second one is stratosphere, then we have mesosphere, followed by thermosphere and exosphere. We will be discussing about all these layers in detail with the help of a diagram. So you can see here, first of all we have troposphere. This is the very first layer of the atmosphere. This is near the surface of the earth. If I say troposphere, it means this is the surface of the earth. And after the surface of the earth, the very first layer of the atmosphere is troposphere. Here we have all the mountains. All the weather phenomena also takes place in this layer. Like rain, hailstones, you can say fog, cloud formation of clouds. All weather phenomena takes place in this form. That's why I have drawn here clouds and mountains. So this is the It extends from the surface of the earth to 14 kilometers. One thing. And second thing, at the point where the troposphere ends, that is known as tropopause. So this line is known as tropopause. Troposphere is from 0 to 14 kilometers, or you can say from surface of the earth to a height of 14 kilometers, and the end point of troposphere is tropopause. After tropopause, the next layer starts, that is stratosphere. Because we have the second layer, stratosphere. So the second layer is stratosphere. It extends from the height of 14 kilometers to height of 50 kilometers. Now this layer is very important. Why it is important? When all the weather phenomena are there, rain is also there, clouds are there, hailstones are there, then why is stratosphere important? Because first of all, this layer has ozone layer. The upper part of stratosphere has ozone, and I have already told you that ozone is very much important because it protects us from the harmful ultraviolet radiations of the sun. One more important feature of stratosphere is there. Since all the weather phenomena takes place in troposphere, this layer is very much free from any obstacle. So all the aeroplanes, or you can say helicopters, choppers, fly in this layer. So stratosphere is very ideal layer for the flying vehicles, for airplanes. So stratosphere is important. One, because airplanes fly in this layer, and second, because ozone layer is there. So it extends from 14 km to 50 km. Third layer we have mesosphere. Like after troposphere, tropopause is there. After stratosphere, stratopause is there. So you can say this line is known as stratopause. After this we have mesosphere. Mesosphere means, first of all, meso means middle. This is the middle layer because this is the middle part of the atmosphere. You can see 5 layers are there and the mesosphere is the middle one. So mesosphere is the middle layer of the atmosphere. Now mesosphere is from the height of 50 kilometers to the altitude of 80 kilometers. In mesosphere, now what is there? In mesosphere, our meteoroids are there. Meteors are there. In class 6, we all have studied about the shooting stars. All these phenomena takes place in this layer. This is mesosphere. Right? Next we have thermosphere. After mesosphere, we have thermosphere. It is from the height of 80 kilometers to a height of 500 kilometers. And in this, the radio waves are there. We all have radios and we get the connections. All the radio waves and transistors work because of this layer. This is thermosphere. It extends from 80 kilometers to 500 kilometers. One more feature of thermosphere is there. That in thermosphere, the temperature keeps on rising with increasing altitude. Here the temperature keeps on rising. If we talk about mesosphere, the temperature keeps on decreasing. As you all know, as we go on high altitudes, the temperature decreases. But when we reach thermosphere, the temperature starts increasing with increasing altitude. Because now we are going near the sun. We are going to the space. So from 80 kilometers to 500 kilometers, we have thermosphere. And here the temperature increases with increasing altitude. Next we have the last layer, that is exosphere. This is the last layer of the atmosphere. And in this, we do not have any boundary. As we have the atmosphere till 1600 kilometers, we consider it till 1600 kilometers. At this point, in this layer, the air gets less denser, the air gets very thin, and the air, or you can say the atmosphere, finally merges into the space. So after this, we can say that space is there. There is no boundary, no distinction between exosphere and the space because the air gradually gets thinner and thinner and the space is there. And in this layer, the temperature is very, very high because after thermosphere also, with rise in the altitude, the temperature keeps on increasing. So we studied about the 5 layers of the atmosphere, namely troposphere, stratosphere, mesosphere, thermosphere, exosphere. Now last question for all of you. What will happen if there is no atmosphere? You all know that atmosphere contains very important gases. That is okay. But if I say, suppose there are no human beings, no living being, can Earth be there without the atmosphere? For the sustenance of the Earth also, we need atmosphere. If the atmosphere is not there, then in the daytime, the Earth will be baked. It will be very much heated because Why it is so? Because what the atmosphere do, the sun rays, they don't directly reach the surface of the earth. First of all, the blanket of gases is there. So minimum heat, only the required heat reaches the earth's surface. If atmosphere is not there, then the earth will get very much heated and it will not be left. Similarly, in the night time, if there is no atmosphere, then the earth will be frozen. Means the blanket of gases is there, in which some gases are there which are greenhouse gases. Like I told you about CO2. It traps heat inside it. In the night time, when there is no sun rays, we can use that heat. That heat is there, a little bit heat is there. Because of that, the earth temperature remains normal. If the atmosphere is not there, if the blanket of gases is not there, then what will happen? Then there will be no heat during the night time and the earth will be frozen. So not only for the living beings on the earth, for the sustenance of the earth itself, we need atmosphere. So atmosphere is very much important. That's the end of this topic.